already referred to your own country of Nigeria and its impacts. You've also talked about economic opportunity. Talk to me a little bit about that. These challenges are so overwhelming. How do you stop people from throwing their hands up and just saying, let's deal with the immediate pandemic, let's deal with our immediate problems? How do you keep the focus on the possibilities ahead that could be good ones with green technology and other things?
I think this is where the partnerships matter, both within a country and outside of one, and really focusing on the bite-sized efforts that one can make towards climate action, making an integrated response to it. So, for instance, when I go to northeast Nigeria, and I grew up there around Lake Chad. Lake Chad is a shadow of itself. It had a huge fishing population. This was a thriving community, trade across borders at that time. We all had an education there, a really good one, access to health. And yet what we've seen with climate change is as that livelihood was challenged by the changes in Lake Chad and it was drying up, it also created almost a perfect storm, if you would, for conflict, for instability, for the loss of lives now because of that conflict. Now, as we are coming back and winning the war against Boko Haram, at the same time, you need to put the investments back into restoring the lake because it restores livelihoods. And that's important. Reintegration of all those thousands that are in camps, women, children, who need to come back in again. So a number of strands that need to be pulled together, lots of partnerships that are needed for this. And remembering that's only one part of the challenge in this country of over 200 million. We have the challenges where population growth, the demand for food, and the tensions between farmers and our herders are very real for survival. And that needs to be taken into consideration when one is making investments and when one is considering how to keep the peace and ensure prosperity for all.
Well, yeah, the African continent, I think, contributes the least of any continent to global warming. You're talking about these extremes of poverty. How do the people living in Africa address these issues in a way that they just don't feel victimized by it? And how are you persuading them to join these incredibly difficult targets?
This is an uphill struggle. We've been making promises for decades, and I think that African people are frustrated, they are angry, and they have lost trust in leadership and in partnerships across the globe. I think it is now incumbent on the international community to say what it's going to do to address that and to perhaps win back some of that trust. Now, we have some of the youngest population in the world, are over 70% in Africa. That's a huge opportunity, amazing human resource. Once you empower Africans, just watch those Africans in diaspora. They are leading incredible institutions in technology and public service all over the world. So it's a missed opportunity. I think that, for Africans, they continue to do what they can with what they have, and they are excelling. We still have some of our economies that are growing. We have digital divides that are slowly being closed. We have climate action that is happening in many places with young climate activists who are pushing government to make the right decisions as we look towards greener technology and opportunities for young people, particularly our women and girls.